I'm just saying, if we did need to dispose of a body, this would be a good spot for it.
I don't got much use for sulfur in my own work. Neat that it's here, though.
That's the last of them. I smite you in the name of the law! Nice hit!
Incoming!
Careful.
Nice hit! I see in there! Nothing personal, I swear. Are we gonna get in trouble today? This is certainly a town, I think.
Trouble checking in? Or you might need directions to the amenities? If you're locked out of your cabin, a replacement key costs 50 bits. No reservation, no problem. Day trippers are always welcome in our saloon. Straight back and to the right. If you hit the falls, check in with Ms. Malin. She'll set you straight. I am here to anticipate and facilitate. Guess it's true. Fallbrook really is the best kept secret in all of Monarch, excepting the Borst Factory's secret ingredient. We're a leisurely stopover for the more adventurous spacefaring traveler. Understand? Swell. We like quick on the draw types like you. Saloon is straight back and to the right. Once you're feeling sated, you're welcome to a private cab. Ms. Malin can let you one if you're interested. She's the one who... You're looking for Ms. Malin. On an errand for the boss lady? That sounds ominous. Yeah. Ms. Malin won't like that a whit. She's not but just down the way. A 10 to 1 says she's either pouring drinks or skinning a sprat in the saloon. Word to the wise, Ms. Malin don't take kindly to interlopers. When I said sprat, I didn't mean the sort with whiskers and a tail.
Take a gander at that mug. I ain't ever seen someone so adept looking my whole life.
That's awfully kind of you, mister.
Oh, now, come on. All I mean is, well, rather that, you don't seem like the usual pigeons we pluck. No offense, of course, if you are a Byzantium goldblood. Say, I'd like to do you a favor. Might I interest you in a surefire scheme? Wink, wink. I certainly hope you're not insinuating the problem is me. I mean, that would... If there's any issue, really, you should talk to her. Oh, pure and simple, it's like this. I run our drug delivery service. Recently, I had the genius idea to cut costs in half by swapping our autoloaders with faster, cheaper sprats. See? I know a fellow genius when I clap eyes on him. Too right you are. Only problem is my sprat carriers ain't a... As I was saying, you look more capable... In return... 35%? Are you out of your gourd? If I wasn't recovering from a bout of Margellans, I wouldn't stand for this. But things are what they are, so... My sprat carriers scurry back and forth through the shipping tunnels. Any trail ought to start there.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Can you not see I'm walking here? Physically, you mean? In my mind, I have traveled galaxies. Well, it is of no consequence, I assure you. I shall embark shortly with my legs. I'm not entirely decided. If I'm being honest, I think I'd fancy a visit to Tartarus, so long as it's under the shield of my fantastical imagination.
Understood. I'll keep my head down.
You seen Arthur today?
Nah, last time I saw him was, stars. I can't remember. Days.
You don't think he got crushed during the bridge collapse?
It was his team running that drop? Sure puts things into perspective.
No, but thank you. I'm quite all... Can't fathom why you'd go searching her out. But it's your neck on the noose. Don't suppose I could just... Deal? A rather bad one indeed. The fella swore Fallbrook was unrivaled in its leisurely pursuits. But it seems... And now that I've run dry, or nearly so, the fellas have abandoned me back to Byzantium.
Don't try nothing funny.
This is Reginald's stuff, all right, but it looks like he's not home. Let's search the room. Try to figure out where he's gone. Sounds like Cheney's gone gold panning down on the river. I guess even scholars need to find ways to make ends meet in exile.
You shopping for pre-owned? If you bloody it, you buy it. Store policy. Town sublight owned and run. The one you want to avoid pissing off the most is Catherine. Prove bad for her business? Yeah, and? Do I look like the city planner? But now that you mention it, we got smugglers, outlaws, mavericks, and Byzantium socialites They're so self-important the way they strut around, preening and flashing their pricey gadgets. Makes for easy...
What do you think you're... Hungry? No ro...
Welcome to the offices of the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group, Halcyon's premier provider of life and disaster. I'm obligated to inform you that our coverage does not extend to incidents deemed to result from negligence, criminal activity, or So, what kind of insurance? We're not on Monarch. For all practical and tax-related purposes, this office is an official enclave of Byzantium. Legally speaking, corporations are not allowed to operate on Monarch, but financially speaking, there are certain costs to running a business from within Byzantium's walls. So while our official address is in the city, and while our office here is technically an extension of that address, we found it more expedient to conduct our key operations here. So we can... what's the phrase? We prefer to think of it as chasing the savings. Turns out that not having to pay kickbacks, fines, and rent in the most expensive city in Halcyon improves our Plus, Sublight keeps this place running remarkably well, and they... Plenty. As my boss likes to say. We've insured unusually expressive eyebrows, outrageous statements, disastrous marriages. Usually character actors, or corporate execs with menacing stares. That policy is almost exclusively for our corporate clientele. In the unlikely event they make a claim about a product that turns out to be less than accurate, they need some kind of protection against the damage to their sales and reputation. Those are mostly for top-rungers in Byzantium who have a lot of social and financial capital wrapped up. There's one for your beloved eloping with your sibling, your beloved eloping with their sibling, scandalous rumors forcing you apart, the revelation of a secret love child. We try to cover every... One thing's for sure. Okay.
Keep walking, Rung Leech.
You don't look like a smuggler nor a dandy. On second, what's your... No, I don't have any... This here's the ante up. Where you place... Tossball, autoloader races, card games. We'll both break it.
Hey, if it ain't the cleaner, how'd the disposal go? Was it messy? I hope it was messy.
Folks I never met before are my most favorite kind. So, what's your story? Let me just stop you right there, stranger. My question, not unless it accompanies some... more than you can... Your eyes do not deceive you. This bar... If you're asking if it's Sublight owned, then yes. If you're asking if we give Ms. Malin built the bar, the saloon, and the town to boot. Who ain't these days? Everything right.
Uh-huh. You blind, little bird? Or can... Why is it every sissy pig fucker who strolls into my town expects me to smile and shout awful friendly? Welcome to... Only nugget of paradise in this entire...
Crude but forthright.
Truthfully spoken. I do aim to properly represent my aforementioned... You know, I ain't heard that one before. Suppose I'll have to work harder to show you just what makes our town shine. But first on the... Well... Good of you to finally haul your ass over here. I wired for backup weeks ago. Got something that's gonna require... Found it on a corpse, huh? If you killed Lilia's agent... Well, shit. I knew he'd come to a bad end one day. Still, no time for weeping and wailing. We've got a metric fuck-ton of bits. So you got a brain on them shoulders. Excellent. To extract the gas, you'll need to siphon it from the lab in Cascadia into one of your ship's fuel tanks. Totally safe. Meaning safe for me and my crew, seeing as it ain't us undertaking the risk. Do I look like one of them egghead science types? All I know is that labs... But it's a controlled commodity, available only to the board. So it is... I do like your gumption, but let's not be hasty. To get to the gas, you'll need to navigate through the town, which is overrun by marauders. The lab itself has become an infested nest, crawling with manties. You gotta fight through, or figure out some other way to exterminate them. Maybe the ventilation system? I shall leave the... Now, after you clear the mantis nest and reach the storage room, all that's left is to get the gas. The task will require someone with technical skills. Or you could force it through with a plasma overload. Don't recommend that.
Well, I haven't seen the system, but I feel confident saying I can split her asunder.
I'll just bet you can. Men of the cloth never do cease to amaze me. Once you've got our goods, take them to the Groundbreaker. Lilia, I've marked the coordinates for you to the lab in Cascadia. On the terminal, use the passcode. But before you make your run, I could use a heavy helping hand regarding a local issue. Good. This particular matter of opportunity has been eating at me for a while now. There's a Borst factory on up the way, run by a man who calls himself the King. Clive Lundberg, insufferable prick. That aside, it's a business ripe for the plucking. I want it. Clear as that. Stars, I hope so. Clive Lundberg, the self-proclaimed Borst King of Monarch, is swimming in profit and drowning in his ego. He's making the only meal to be had this side of Monarch, and I'm tired of ponying up for my dinner. And you're the soon-to-be handsomely paid fucker who's gonna get it for him. Kill him, run him out. I don't rightly care for the details. So long as Clive hit him where it hurts. In his gut or his... If you got brass knockers, you could shoot your way through the front gate. If you don't might be another way in, assuming you're courageous enough to trek the... Then I'd say you might care to poison the cysty pigs, doctor a few financial records, or throw a wrench in the canning machinery. Sometimes the simplest solution is the sweetest. It'll be more than good when you're finished. Maybe not for... Oh, and if you don't fancy going in guns blazing or crawling through a sewer pipe, see Duncan in the Dry Goods and Sundry building. He ought to have... May luck be... I take it you don't have a reservation. No matter. The VIP room's charged by the night. But for you, I'll make it a... Marvelous. Do take care of the place. Maid service... Might be I know something about it. Might be someone hired my crew to blind drop supplies on the... Now that I consider it, I ain't heard from my delivery team in far too long. If I could, I would have. It's my crew whose lives are on the line.
Remind me never to get on Ms. Malin's bad side.
You know how there's folk who are all crusty outside, but warm and squishy inside? I'm pretty sure she's crust all the way through.
I test every product myself to it. No ru- Not so fast. My biometric IDs... She needs it for a job? Well, why didn't you say so? Reckon... Give me a jiffy to break. This goes like that. Nope, not quite right. A bit to the left, mayhaps. That'll do it. For a CMP factory line worker, she's sure... Careful. I'm trusting you to guard this specialty good with your life. I mean it. Lose the ID and you don't get another. Oh, will that be all, or do you require...
Come back later. Better yet, not at all. Come back later. We got our paws full enough as it is. Go away!
Always imagined Fallbrook would be...
Cleaner? Fancier? Stock
cheaper. He 14 in the last 2 hours.
That's because you've got a terrible tell. Whenever you're lying, your right eye twitches like mad.
It most certainly does not.
There it goes again. We got our paws full enough as it is. Go away!
Oh gosh, this is so pretty. Okay, here we go!
What do you want?
Oh, hey, Vicar Max. What are you doing on Monarch? I thought scienticians ain't welcome here.
Haven't you heard? Everyone's welcome here. It's a fucking worker's paradise. But you wouldn't know anything about that, would you? Never worked a day in your miserable life. You're just a parasite, living off my goodwill. Well, guess what? My goodwill's exhausted, along with my temper. This is the guy who told me about the book while we were in prison. I lied about finding a scholar. But I don't care about any of that anymore. I just want... Oh, he knew. Didn't you? Didn't you?
Okay, I admit it. I was tired of your high and mighty speechifying all the time. It was just a joke, I swear. I didn't mean nothing by it.
See, Captain? I've dealt... Now, where were we?
Wait! I know who can translate the book for you.
It's too late for that. I threw away my life chasing fairy tales. Will punishing...
It was stolen from some sort of expert on philosophism. Weird hermit lady on Scylla. My father used to deliver supplies to the mining outpost there.
I don't think so. A crazed hermit on...
It's true! My father collected some extra bits on the side by diverting some of the supplies to the gal. The way he told it, he thought the book looked valuable, so he took it. Couldn't find any buyers when it turned out to not.
Fine.
Hey, I just... Exaggeration? Has the vicar told you what he did to old Lem? He's still eating through a tube, last I heard.
Look, what I may or may not have done to some degenerate during a prison brawl is old news. I'd rather not discuss it.
Hey.
I want to thank you for talking some sense into me back there with Cheney. It has been a long time since I gave in to my... You never asked. Well, you didn't, but fine. Most lay people are not aware of this, but we've not discovered any new... I had an idea that... And... I find myself... some...
Hey, Cass. Knock, knock.
Go away, White.
Don't suppose I...
Did you find them? Tell me you found my my sprat carriers. Would... Seeing as how that statement is wink-free, I am madder than a mantis swarm. You want your cut? You get me the...
Minnie Malin, get your twitchy whiskers back here! Don't you run out that door! It's a cruel world outside! Close the damn door! You'll let my sprats out! Damn it all! Now look what you've done. It'll take me ages to state your purpose, or... Missing? Nope. Nope. Mine are... I've got an animal rescue service to oversee, and it ain't easy. Lots to do. Look, I don't care if Nilsson sent you or not. You won't be hurting a hair on any of these sprats' heads. I've killed vicious beasts for them. Back out of this domicile. You want to dig through sprat droppings? Be my guest. Get your drugs, then get lost.
I'll keep quiet.
That one's done for.
Got the goods? Because I know you wouldn't be wasting my time. You do? I mean, you do! Of course! Right, right. In my excitement, as promised, your cut, plus a little extra to show my girl. Hit me. Miss Catherine Malin is one Officially, I keep the books for Miss Malin. Speaking of, might I interest you in a purchase? I'll give you a first-time discount. A shrewd decision. Ow! What was that for? You're nuttier than Miss Malin. Though, you put that mean right hook to good use getting my drugs.
You'd think folks were pissing in the alleys